Welcome back to my workshop. Now, a couple of weeks ago I did a short video where I measured this vacuum cleaner with a blocked filter. Now, I used my digital anemometer to measure the airflow. Then I cleaned the filter and then measured it again, and that gave us some results which showed how blocked it was. Now, due to popular demand, in other words, I had half a dozen people ask me what it would be like with a new filter. So I bought a new filter. Now, this one is actually for a Wix vacuum cleaner, but I think it's going to be exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is measure this one again to make sure it's still the same readings as I had with a clean filter. I'm going to change the filter, get another reading, and then I'm going to take the filter off completely and find out how much of a restriction the filter actually is. So first thing I've got to do is check to make sure this is still measuring the same as it did a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but a couple of weeks ago when I measured it, I got a dirty reading of 3.10 cubic meters per second and a clean reading of 5.98 cubic meters per second. Okay, so our target is 5.98 to make sure it's still exactly the same as it was 2 weeks ago. Let's get stuck in. Right, same setup as we had a couple of weeks ago. This time the vac is on the bench. What we've got is we've got this 100mm tube here. So when I measure it, I capture all of the air that's going through. We want our usual settings of cubic meters per second. So we turn it on. We want area flow and cubic meters per second. Okay, so same units as last time. We want our target to be 5.98. So we start our vac. Right, so it looks like we've lost a tiny little bit of suction, but yes, I've been using this, and when we check inside, we'll probably see that it's got quite a bit of dust in it already. Okay, but that's not a million miles away from what we had last time. So now let's change the filter for this nice sparkly new one. Right, so even though this is a Parkside 1500 watt vacuum cleaner, I've actually replaced it with a Wix canister filter. Okay, this is a HEPA filter. So yeah, you don't have to get a Parkside one, you can get a Wix one. Right, now let's do another reading with a new filter. Right, so with a brand new filter, it's a marginal increase on having a cleaned out filter. Now we're going to take a last reading now, where I'm going to take the filter off completely, so there's no restrictions. Okay, let's whip this out and then take a reading. Right, so we now have both filters removed. This the cleaned out one, which is still looking a bit dirty, and the brand new one. They're both removed. So there's no filter in here at all. We're on 0 on here. Let's do a final reading. Right, so that's the end of our little experiment. Ironically, the no filter is 6.2 cubic meters per second, which is exactly double the amount I had with a blocked filter. Okay, but obviously that's no good. You can't run a shop vac without a filter because it will just ruin the motor. Okay, but I'm happy with 6.08 cubic meters per second. That should be good enough to suck up all the dust in the shop. Right, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.